Hello everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to the Kingdom of Kush, where finally we have made a huge impact on this entire region. As we have broken Nubia, Abyssinia is in disarray right now, and Al Said is there for the taking, but of course the clock is ticking here, people. The clock is ticking, because on succession, there are a few titles that will, it'll be difficult. We can change to partition once we are feudal. Problem here, of course, is we have some people that oppose us that we need to then work on. But to be able to adopt feudal ways, we need to organize Kushitism. The problem with organizing Kushitism right now is we have everything we need except the extremely high amount of piety that's still needed. So, in the last episode, of course, I talked about I couldn't remember which branch to go down here to reform the faith costs. It's down here all the way down to profit. The faith creation reformation cost gets cut in half. So this is now the branch we have to go down without a doubt. Faithful, zealous. So everything right now, decision-wise, we understand. And again, it is meta. But Queen Kimzir can see it clearly right now, that the direction she needs to go is further learning to reform the faith. It is so important. She understands what needs to be done. So as such, we are going to start some of these. So the first one, we can convert to local culture. No, definitely not doing that. Neighboring ruler won a war. It doesn't help them anymore. We will hold a mystical communion. We will gain 300 learning lifestyle, unfortunately this will cost us, but we also need to bump up our learning lifestyle. Alternatively, we can, of course, we could donate to charity. We lose some money, but we don't really need to do that. We can go on a pilgrimage. So we will go on a pilgrimage, a Kushite pilgrimage. We can go to Wadi El Milk, which we just brought into our own realm, and that is the direction we will go. Departure. As I prepare for my journey, I know that I will travel safely under the protection of the gods. I will not be gone for long. I pray for the well-being of the realm in my absence. It is time to depart. In the meantime, we're going to, of course, take a look and see how things are looking here in Al Said. This is what we want right down here. Is here down in Aswan. There is a holy site, Kushite holy site, that we want to get. Reflections. Out here, late at night, I sometimes look to the stars and wonder, can the gods even see me this far from home? Well, I mean, it's just next door. Anyway, what am I doing all this for? The gods will wish... The gods would wish me to, of course. Wish me to. Dedicated pilgrim for 10 years. Monthly piety gain plus 10%. What I truly want to see foreign land, so that loses our stress and you gain worldly pilgrimage for 10 years. This is all for the sake of appearances. No, this is a dedicated pilgrim. That is who we are and what we are doing. But going to war with Al Said would be important. Now, we technically share a border, but we'd have to go through Nubia to get there. We cannot declare a war against Nubia at this time because, of course, we have our truce with them. I'm finally here, body and soul, at the great temple of Wadi El Milk. As the high priest offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for the gods to bring me here at this moment in time. I have walked the holy path. So we gain 250 in piety. Because faith has the ancestor worship tenet, you gain in the footsteps of my forebears for 10 years. So close family opinion of plus 10. Because your faith has the esotericism fate, 74%, you observe the lessons, and you gain the trait mystic. So we are now a mystic. Now, the trait Mystic, let's see, where are we here? Diligent, Mystic, there we go. So we are an herbalist and a mystic. So Kushite, opinion plus 10, and piety plus 1 per month. So that was a very, very good pilgrimage. The return. My journey has been a long one, but I have finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the priests and high priests treat me. I have undergone the journey of a holy woman, and they insist it has changed something about me, whether I can see it for myself or not. Okay, so we are back from all of that. Ransom accepted. Yeah, we did have someone we did ransom in the meantime. And now let's take a look. Are we still converting the faith here? Yep, faith still being converted. Religion, still working on that. Of course, we have large tracts we're dealing with now that are kind of all over the place. Damot, right next to us. Look at all these claims that they have, including the Kingdom of Nubia and the Kingdom of Abyssinia. They have no allies. Now, we could declare a war on Damot. We cannot invade the kingdom because we do not have the prestige and we are not exalted amongst men. But we could go for a duchy. Now, we could just take Alodia, the rest of that. Damot itself, which I'm a big fan of, move further down. Taking the duchy of Damot. Let's take a look at these real quick. Let's go down here and see. So we've got development. Let's take a look at the development here. We've got 29 gold, actually. So there's a lot to loot. So the development looks... ish. Yeah, dev isn't great, but it would take a chunk right out of the center of them and really weaken them. Because again, we cannot declare war on Nubia because we have a truce with them. Abyssinia itself, if we look at declaring war here, we can, press a lot of claims. I'm not a big fan of pressing claims. So the county of Kassala, what else do we have here? Another county of Kassala. Yeah, and then all the way down there. I'm not really worried about that. We can conquer a duchy. We can go for Gojam or Baklin on our border. But I think taking a chunk out of Damot is the better play overall. Now, to do that, of course, we will rally point. We will move that because that is something I like to do. Just move it right here to Gamuz. We can create another men-at-arms regiment, and we still, I believe, let me just double check here real quick. All right, well, I just checked. We need 375 to declare that war. So we can create another men-at-arms regiment, and we can add bowmen or armored footmen. So we got to do some quick math. That'd be 400. So at most cost would be 130. So we can do more light footmen. We can add more onagers. Or we can go with bowmen. If we look at bowmen, they're effective in the taiga, in forest, and in the hills. I think it is worth doing this. We'll create them, add them, wait for them to build up. Once they are built up, and of course our prestige will build a little bit more in that time, then we will turn our attention to Damot and just take this central chunk, which includes their capital, spread the love a little bit, and then we'll continue to break down Abyssinia and Nubia in the process. And then once our truce expires with Nubia, we can look at kind of taking this chunk right here so that we share a direct border here into Al Said and start working our way up Egypt as well in the meantime. Coveted literature. My lady. My court priest Pid approaches me with urgency. Local merchant has a copy of the calculations, etc., etc. So I will make sure the book gets to you. This book sounds interesting. Let's see. Does he even like us? 43. Sounds like a you problem. That does sound like a you problem, Pid. We've got other things we're working on here right now. All right, so I've decided to send Spymaster Kalge to Meroe. The reason why is we have the Count of Meroe is one of the leaders of a faction that is not a fan of us, that want independence. I mean, it's relatively small. It's three minor counts. We have a Nubian populist uprising here. It's basically peasants. We are pregnant. Fantastic. And then down here, too weak to send. These are vassals. It's really just... I mean, they're all too weak to send an ultimatum, but I want to see if we can find out some secrets on him, and then maybe do a few things, like, you know, force conversions, or bribes, or things like that. In the meantime, we do still have a hook on the King of Nubia, and we can offer guardianship, we can arrange a marriage, and force the issue with him. With Prince Abericus, and force them into an alliance with us. I don't necessarily want to be allied with Nubia. I would rather be allied with Abyssinia, because this isn't really a realm that I'm too focused on right now. Murder scheme again. I mean, we could murder him, but we are compassionate. That's not something we do. We do not murder. We do not murder. Okay, a new lifestyle learning perk. Now we're going to have to go down the faithful one. So this is the direction we have to go. So theologian, we will go down that one. Here we could do a murder scheme, but it's only 5% chance. So, murdering the King of Abyssinia is significantly easier, but that's not... She's so compassionate, that's just not the direction that she wishes to go. That is not who she is. That may have been some of her forefathers, but definitely not her. So, I still have a little bit of Nubia right in the middle of Kush, but I'm not overly concerned with that. In the meantime, our bowmen are there. Let's take a quick look at Damont once more. They have an ally, the Count of Ljubljana, Count Ulrich of House Weimar. His liege is the King of Jerusalem. So if we would declare a war, not against you, against you, if we declare a war here for the Duchy of Damont, just take that big chunk right out of there. Even with their allies, who are very, very far away, by the time the allies get there, this would be ours. So at this point, we don't even need our allies, so we will declare this war and raise our troops against Negos. And we have a new child, Keithuf, a son. And we will name you. We'll name you after our newest patron supporter, Costilla, or one of our newest patron. And there we go. We have a new son. And we will bring those armies together. Pause here real quick while we do all this organizational stuff. And we will call in Kadam. That costs us 75 prestige, and we can afford to do that. And now we will slowly but surely start walking through their kingdom with our 5,400 troops. And Sheikh Atsu, once he arrives, I mean, that's a few thousand more that will come into it. If we look at this, they have 2,500. We have 9,000 right now. By the time their foreign troops arrive, we're very far away. It will take considerable amount of time. I mean, this is going to take 8 months. I can't wait till we're feudal and we can advance in our cultural development because we're a little bit maxed out right now. Diplomacy. My Chancellor, Chief Disbar, has worked hard to convince our neighboring realms that the peace treaty with Nubia is flawed. Incredible, incredible work. Spymaster on his secrets uncovered. Pid has died. Interesting. Well, that makes things interesting because then if we win this war against Damot, and really cut them down to size, we can then work on a new war with Nubia as our prestige grows over time. In the meantime, we will, I think, take a mystical communion. Yes, this will cost us 100 piety, but you know, we're not going to get to 4,600 costing 100. This will help us in our learning lifestyle. And so we will do that. And I'm happy to share the mystical explorations with you. And we gain 300 learning lifestyle, the divine guidance for 5 years as well. So that will definitely help us here in our focus here for a new lifestyle that we are currently working on. All right, the siege has been won. We gained some good gold. And now we will move next door here and take that capital. Now, there is a war against, I believe these are raiders currently. But that's fine. That's a battle. I said war. That's a battle that we are due to win. They're defending in Hells, higher quality, more men at arms, but we have better army commander and more soldiers, and they are leaving and breaking that one off. And in the meantime, the Kadam army is moving in. Your hook on the High Priestess has expired. I don't really care about that too much. The Abyssinians, they have an army amassing there, but they are, of course, neutral, and I am not concerned with them. This, the Siege of Gambo, will take 8 months. Our increased military presence, very nice. So one of our Chiefess Bear has passed away, so now we need a new Chancellor. And we will assign Chieftain David Ibn Bear of East Darfur, who would be a brilliant Chancellor. Or we can put Papasimin of Meroe on there, and that will make him like us a little bit more. A little bit more. In the meantime, I also want to work on swaying him. So we will start that scheme as well and bring him more on our side. Ur has come of age. They grow up so fast. Matthew needs a guardian. Matthew, who is going down the diplomacy path. So an able diplomat, I will pick myself. Thank you very much. Ur can marry. So let's take a look here real quick. So in a matrilineal marriage, this does include the inheritable trait of quick, and she gains all of these claims, as does her children. That's internal, but that's important because it stays within our family. I'm not really looking for the alliance there, per se. Greetings, my modest liege. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Fantastic. Not worried about that. Okay, they are besieging here. That'll take 4 months. We're at 3 months. Where are our allies? And where are they going? They're just walking away. Are they dealing with their own stuff? I don't see anything going on there. Yeah, they're attacking someone else. Secrets uncovered. We're gonna have to destroy that one. Our hook on the King of Nubia has expired, so be it. I took my foe, Negos captive, so we will enforce our demands. And so be it. Now, we could go after those raiders up there, but we will not do so yet. Of course, we've expanded now significantly. Gojam is at war for... Okay, who are we fighting against here? Oh, all of that. We inherited a war now. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to move you, these troops, right up here in the meantime. Now we need some new titles that we can give to others. West Darfur, my queen, you are currently in possession of something, someplace that should be mine. My dedicated vassal, Chieftain David, has come before me, insisting I grant him the High Chieftain of West Darfur. Sure. We will do that. You lost the High Chieftain of West Darfur to Chieftain of East Darfur. You have gained a hook on him. But, of course, they are still part of us. Now, we do have some titles we need to move on. Let's see here. In Wara, we've got a few. In Inyara, we will grant this title to Kakao. And then we've got another title we will go to here in the Chiefdom of Damot. We will grant that title to Bakit. Perfect. Awesome. Now we have a dangerous faction. We have a new perk. We're going to go with Zealous Proselytizer. What that does is convert faith in county progress speed plus 25%. Of course, that's huge. That's a big one. We are still working on it here. Let's get that faith converted. So we're in this rather large war. We are winning. Let's see. We can ransom for 50 gold. We definitely need that. And we can call to war our allies to help us out with this because it is a defensive war. So I'm not too worried about that. Excellent. They will all come and help us. What titles can be created? All of these duchy titles, which at this point, I could create them, to be perfectly honest, but I'm not worried about it right now. But this is a rather large war. The attackers here have 1,900. We have 11,000. I don't know where all these others are coming from. I'm losing a little bit my my sense of direction in this war that we inherited, but we'll continue on. We'll continue on. We're going to win this siege here in a few days, and then we'll kind of see where things sit. It's a little all over the place right now because yeah, I'm probably missing something, but that would not be the first time. To the False Queen, Kimzir. Wilaya Cops, no longer. You want freedom, you shall have death. Populist uprising. We'll rally our troops. And then we will declare and take care of them. But first, this is 2 days left. Oh, 99%. Alright, so we won that siege. And where are the rebels? It's a little... There are a lot of armies running around. And let's see, we got some rebels up here. We got some rebels right here. We can call allies into the war against the Coptic uprising. That I do want. I'm bigger on that. Kadam. Yeah, how about that instead? Grant vassals to their rightful liege. That's always important. Always very important to transfer that. So we'll get that taken care of. And now, I mean, that's at 99%. Of course, we are a smaller, weaker army now. So let's go after the populist uprising there. Move down this way. It's, like I said, there are a lot of armies around here. I'm not 100% sure what's going where. We will enforce those demands, so that war is done. So those are all just neutrals, and now we can focus squarely on this uprising. And our allies will join us. We will move in here. I don't know if those are raiders or allies. Those are allies. Those are the smaller ones. So first we're going to take care of that army, and then we're going to just move it down army by army by army. That is a big victory there. Now we move to the next one. And more soldiers. The opponent is starving. Good if we get some allies in here soon. But it looks like it's going to be close. We've lost our steward. So now we need a new steward. We're going to assign Countess Pid to that position. All right, now back to this all-important battle here. which looks like... Oh, things are turning in our favor. We're going to win this one, and we do. That was a good victory there. All right, now we're going to turn these troops. And let's see, who else do we need to destroy? There's a large army to the north. So we will move in here and be part of this siege. We've got 2,900 troops. And where is there a force from Kadam anywhere on the map? I am not seeing them right now, which is frustrating. They're in their own war with Hausalan. Independence demand. I will not be threatened. Rally the troops against you. We now have desertion. Ugh, and everybody's just taking up against us. A new chancellor, so Chieftain Borgik will be there. A new marshal. And here we will assign Izzo to that. Oh boy, now we're dealing with it here. That's a very big army. That's a very big populist army there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. My recent endeavors within the realm of theology have given me a greater appreciation for Wipwawa's representatives on Earth. Trying to express some of those feelings, I will draft a letter to the Archpriestess Mensa. I sit down with my High Priest Mensa. Together we craft it. Forgiving nature, or only superior Wipwawet. Only superior Wipwawet. And I think now that all of this is going on, and the problem is they're all the way over here fighting against Hausaland, we really need these troops badly to help us against these independence wars within Kush. So this is where I'm going to end it. Now, of course, we look at it here. They are besieging our capital. That's a big problem that we're going to have to deal with in the next episode. So until then, I'm Realm Builder Guy. Don't forget to hit the like button. I will talk to you soon.